Hey guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on our reading journals. Robin and I always do our reading journal collaborations on the 5th of every month, and today is that day. I apologize, it's been a few days since you've seen a video from me. As you can hear from my voice, I am having major sinus and allergy issues, so it's been kind of a challenge to try and film. However, I'm probably going to take a few more days off after this, and then you will start seeing regular videos again. So today we're going to kind of make this quick and simple. I don't know for sure what Robin's doing, so as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to definitely go over and check her video out. But let's go ahead and go through what I've read. So I always write things down on a list. You'll know there's actually two here. So I have all of my information here written about the books, the dates that I read them, what they were. Oh, I forgot to write down these were 4 stars. Okay, see, this is why I have a list. Okay, so we're not going to go through and do any like book covers and stuff today because I just have not had an opportunity to print them. Which reminds me, the next set I do print, I will be filming, so you will get that video from me. Like I said, it's probably going to be a few more days before you see another video. I hope you can bear with me. I just, it's rough because I never know if I'm going to break into a sneezing fit or a coughing fit. So after all the book titles are listed, the pages and all the information, I did 6 in print, no audio, no tablet. So 6 books, 4 rereads, which was the Chesapeake Bay Saga, which is up at the top from Nora Roberts. 2 I loaned from the library, which was Eggs on Ice and Egg Shooters. The last 2 in the Cackleberry Club mysteries from Laura Childs. And then I did put a favorite quote here from my favorite book, which we will talk about in a moment. But let's go ahead and take this out for a second. So I already have in here, let's see, Sea Swept, I had started on February 27th. I finished it on the 1st. Rising Tides, I read from the 2nd to the 3rd. Inner Harbor, from the 3rd to the 7th. So I'm just going to put an IH here and put this through to the 7th. There was actually several days in between reading books here, between all of the books. I didn't have a chance to really, read them kind of back to back. So let's see. The next one then after Inner Harbor is Chesapeake Blue, which I started on the 10th. So let's go ahead and write that in. And that one went from the 10th through the 14th. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay, and then let's see. Eggs on Ice, I started on the 18th. And that went through the 22nd. All right, so that's down. And then the last one I read was Egg Shooters, which I started on the 23rd. That's right, because I started on a Sunday. And it went all the way through the 31st. So now let's see, Egg Shooters. So that went all the way through here. All the way through here. And all the way through here. Okay, so that's interesting. And I remember it was funny because I finished it literally on the last day of March, so that's good. Okay, so I already have marked here that I have 2 from the library. Romance and Cozy Mystery, yes, because all of the Chesapeake Bay series from Nora Roberts are romance. Little hint of a paranormal in the background, but that's kind of hard to describe without giving away too much. And the Cozy Mystery, of course, were the Cackleberry Club, the last 2 books I read, and those are great. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this page. So I hope you're all having a good reading month. I hope you are enjoying your books as much as I am. All right, so I did 6 in print. That's crazy. No audio, no tablet. 6 books. Let me pull this out so I don't... There we go. So pages turned was 2,114. I loaned 2. I bought none. That's such a nice thing to say. My favorite book was actually Inner Harbor from Nora Roberts. So I'm going to write that there because I have to print up a big book cover for that. But the quote from the book is, my mother said once, hard to write and talk at the same time, sorry. My mother said once that we were all hers already. We just hadn't found each other before. And now let me take a look. Okay, so I just need the quote there. I don't need anything else. So I will print up the book cover for Inner Harbor. Inner Harbor is the 3rd in the Chesapeake Bay saga. There are 4. The book series, to try and give you a quick estimation. So basically what it is about is 4 young men who each came into this family at different times. The husband and the wife, the husband was a teacher, the wife was a nurse, I believe trauma nurse, if I'm not mistaken, ER nurse. But basically they took in 4 different young boys that were all either kind of like the young hoodlum type thing, but, you know, they took them all in, adopted them, and gave them a good life. So the 4 stories are each one of the young men's stories. Really good series. And again, it's just, these are more just basic romance, but they're one of the favorite, series I have from Nora Roberts. She just writes romance really well. The plots are really good. There's nothing to desire there. I always enjoy her books, and that is one of my favorite series. And I hadn't read it, and gosh, I think it's going on like 12 years. I would have to look it up because the last time I read it, I believe, was not long after the 4th one came out. And let's see, the published date on that was 2002. So it might even be longer than that because there was a big gap. She wrote the 3 successively. And then the last one, because he was the youngest boy, that didn't come out till much later. It was like 4 years later. So I want to say, I know I read them all again in 2002 when that one came out. I think I did read them fully again, probably around 2010. Well, we're in 2025 now, so it's actually about 15 years. So that is a proper guesstimate. So, all right, so let's take a look. I wanted to address, where is that section? Here it is. So I wanted to let you know, I did actually finish 2. So there was the Chesapeake Bay saga I just spoke of, and then of course the Cackleberry Club. Now, I'm not aware of her coming out any more books right now, so I'm assuming this is going to be the done deal. We'll see how that goes. She has a couple other series that I will be looking into, but the next books I will be looking into, I believe, did I write those down? Yes. It's actually going to be the Daisy's Tea Garden. I put cinnamon scones and cucumber sandwiches on hold from the library. And I am still currently waiting. Okay, here, let me explain this. So I got Heir of Fire. That was one of the books that was on hold. Let me go back here. Yeah. So Heir of Fire, I put on hold on the 2nd of March. I did get it, surprisingly, I think it was around the 17th or 18th, which is why my reading was kind of screwed up. I was trying to squeeze it in, but I just couldn't. And because there's so many people waiting, they won't let you renew it, which is fine. So what I did was I just put it back on hold, and I go sort of like to the end of the line. So that's fine. I did put the audiobook back on hold, The Pecan Pies and Homicides. That's the 3rd in that Charmed Pie Shop mystery. It is supposed to be coming up 3 weeks from the 5th. So it's supposed to be, I think, any day this week. So as soon as I get that, I'm going to address that first. The other 2 books I did put on hold, I didn't write in here, but I put them on hold the other day from the library, and they have not come in yet. But they should be here probably, I would imagine, like Monday or Tuesday. Today is actually Friday, the first Friday in April. So today is the 4th. They should be in probably Monday or Tuesday next week, so we'll see how that goes. One of the next videos you see, I will be setting, of course, April up. I will then be also doing a video on the covers for you. So actually, let me put this here. And then I do have some more wellness bullet journal videos coming up and other things. So I will get those up as soon as I possibly can. I really appreciate you guys being patient. Thank you so much. Robin, thanks again for always joining me with these videos. I enjoy doing these so much with you. And I hope you guys go over and check out her video. I will leave the link to it down below, as well as her Etsy shop, because many of the stickers I use, as you know, are hers. Pretty much everything I'm using in here are exclusively hers, with the exception of the book covers. So yeah, definitely I'll leave the link for that down below. I hope you guys have a great reading week. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.